Hi everyone, welcome back to the Anand studio. Today we have our very own guest, as always, Mr. K. Damu, who runs the AOH TV, which is Annamalai Our Hope TV. We'll jump straight into it. We have a very interesting discussion today coming up. Namaskaram, Damuji. Vanakkam.
Vanakkam, Namaskaram. Happy to be with you again.
Definitely, it's a pleasure. All the pleasure is mine, always, having you here. All right, so today, Damuji will talk about the Air India sale to the Tatas. All right, very interesting topic and one of the landmark decisions taken by a government, okay, in India. All right, so we can talk about that and we'll be really looking forward to your insights on that. Okay, very interesting one. Please give me your thoughts initially as to what you think about this whole deal that took place.
Thank you, Anand. Thanks for asking this question. See, as you said, it's not only the government decision. We got someone to buy this company. That's the blessing you have to say. Because government wanted to sell this or they wanted to rescue this company from this huge loss for a long time, but they were unable to do it. But this government, they really came up with a formula which will make someone to buy. It gave an interest for a buyer to buy this. That you have to really appreciate. So this investment formula which they created, the existing government which they created, it's really amazing. See, I don't want to go into more of a technical detail. I'm not the right person. But on an overall perspective, if you see what they have done is really good. This is an example. Now the government will know how to disinvestment, how to sell a loss-making company, how to make the taxpayers' money useful. Because we have been spending lot of money. The government was injecting lot of money to keep this airlines live. It's not like, to make them profitable, because even you inject whatever money, this company is not making a profit, and even the people are not traveling. And today maybe a lot of people, they may talk about it, and especially like Congress, communist, and all these politicians, they will criticize about this deal. But if you see, none of these guys will travel in Air India. They always
Right.
prefer to travel in some other airlines. So how do you expect the airlines to make money if there is no business? They will not make money. So, as of now, I think for the last maybe 20 years, the government has injected almost like 1 lakh 10 crores in this company.
Right.
But these are all taxpayers' money. But
Exactly.
after injecting this much of money, are they making profit? Are they getting back to normal? No, they were only keep on spending money.
Yeah.
See, even in the previous government, they were trying to rescue this or sell this, but there was no buyer, because the formula what they gave, it is not acceptable to any investor. But this time they have done a very smart formula. They are not giving the whole losses to the buyer. So they have taken some of it, they have created a holding company. They have transferred some of these losses into that holding company. So that holding company has got some real estate assets. So maybe in 5 years or 10 years, those real estate assets value will go up. That time, the losses will be less. See, it's not a short-term thinking. It's not a short-term solution. I think this government has taken a very good decision. They got a very good solution for a long-term thinking, for a long-term vision. So that is what I can say about this.
Definitely. I totally agree with you. So much of taxpayer money was getting really wasted and going down the drain, actually speaking, okay, in running this whole company earlier. So the wrong decision taken by India around 1948, I would think, okay, by the Nehru government at that time, in kind of, I'm just saying, nationalizing aviation, or for that matter, Air India itself, right? Because JRD Tata was running this earlier, okay, if I understand that right, based on
See,
history. And yeah,
this is a typical example of how the previous governments they were treating the investors, they were treating the Indian
mm,
businessmen. See, this company is started by JRD Tata in 1932. See, this airlines has got a rich culture. The airlines has got a rich history. So this was founded by JRD Tata in 1932, and then I think in 1953, a government took over. They did not buy. If you go and take someone's property, I don't know what do you call. I don't want to use some words here, but they grabbed it. They took over forcefully. They took over. They kept JRG Tata as a chairman and managing director till 1978. And 1978, they fired him also. When they fired him, they did not even tell him he was fired. So they made the new CEO or the new chairman to inform him, they fired you and then I am the new one. So this is what they did. But from that time onwards, they have been treating this airlines. You can write a book how to run a business, right? Maybe you have read a lot of books how to run a successful business. In case if you wanted to write how you should not run a business, in case you wanted to write how to make a company to a non-profitable company, that you can take Air India as an example and you can write about it. This is how our politicians, they have made this airlines as a loss-making company.
Yeah.
See, in 1960s and 70s, this was the best international airlines in the world. Whoever wanted to start a new airlines company, they used to come to India. They send their administration crew, they send their airline crew to India, to Air India, to get trained. That was the beauty of Air India in 1970s. Now, you know what is happening.
Yeah. So it was a total mismanagement, totally. Okay, and it had to take for a Modi ji to come to power and then take this decision, finally a bold one, because earlier people were just dragging along, because there are some political undertones to this. Okay, then there is this opposition that might start talking about this. All these things are there. It might become unpopular also. Okay, which is why previous governments were quite afraid of doing all this stuff. Okay, but it had to be Modi ji who had to come and then think about this, then take this decision, which is a landmark one. And it's not going to just stop here. Whatever is the right decision will be taken again for some other companies also down the line, which is good for India and the taxpayer of India. That's the way I see it. And I would think it's a Modi ji masterstroke.
Definitely, I can say that. The previous government purposely, they have not done this. See, what they have done today, maybe people were talking about a lot of other airlines, new airlines, maybe 10 years old, 15 years old, mid-list airlines. They always say, oh, they are the best, they are doing the best. How they are doing the best, how they become the best, that is because of Air India. See, the UPA government 1 and 2, they have pulled down Air India. They have supported all this new airlines. So when they do this, definitely there is a benefit for someone. For that reason only, they kept on doing this. See, Air India, they had a lot of routes. They had a lot of landing rights all over the world. They had parking rights all over the world. They had a huge seat capacity to fly. So what these people did, UPA 1 and UPA 2, they slowly started giving these routes to other airlines. See, I don't want to name, but today if I ask you, Anant, if you're going to fly from US or UK or Europe, you will say, yeah, this is the airlines I prefer. So whatever is your preferred airlines today, those are all came up because of this Air India. So they kept on giving these routes, they kept on giving the seats, they kept on giving the landing rights, they kept on giving the parking rights to other airlines. And not only that, since it is a government owned carrier, lot of problems with the staff, including the pilots and crews and all that. See, Air India, if I have to tell you, my first flight, when I went out of India, my first flight was Air India in
exactly.
1998.
Same thing with me.
1998, I took Air India. That was my first flight. Today, even like Tamil Nadu finance minister is talking about, I only fly in a bigger airlines, and I fly a lot and all that. Like a few years, like 4 or 5 years, I've been sleeping in airports and airlines, weekly 3 to 4 days. So the first flight I took is a double decker flight. It's a huge, bigger flight. And that time it was a new aircraft also. But today, nobody wants to fly in Air India. Even if they are cheaper, they don't want to fly because they don't land on time. They don't take off on time. Sometimes they even cancel their flights. See, just because, they are a few thousands less, we don't want to waste our time. We don't want to miss our schedule. We don't want to miss our business meeting. So we don't prefer, most of them, they don't prefer. So they made it like that. I think even this could be on a purpose so that you don't fly in this aircraft. You prefer other airlines. This is how they killed this airlines. See, now the advantage with Tata is, see, maybe, Congress and other parties, they may even say Modi government has sold this to a very cheaper price. I think it is wrong because this company, nobody was willing to buy. If it is a good deal, maybe 2 years or 3 years ago, what government should have done is call some investor, call some businessman, take this company, I'll give you 10,000 crores as a bonus. That is how they should sell. That is the status of this company. But today, the industry value, after doing all these nice formulas, for disinvestment, the industry value for this airlines is like 15,300 crores. But Tata gave 18,000 crores. They paid 2,700 crores more because they have a sentimental attachment with this company. This is their first business. Just because of the sentimental attachment, they paid 2,700 crores extra. So we made money. The government made money. Not only that, so now we are not going to make these losses. So every day, Anant, to keep this airlines alive, government is spending 25 crores every day.
Exactly.
25 crores of taxpayers' money goes into this white elephant mouth every day. So that we are not going to do. So it's a very good deal. See, the other thing is, government cannot do these kind of businesses. Government is not there to do business to make money. Government is there to serve the people, serve the nation. So you give this to a right person who can do a business. See, when we have a very good airlines in India, definitely people from all over the world will fly. So there is a huge opportunity for tourist development. There will be a lot of trading activities will happen.
Yeah.
The other advantage with Tata is, see, Tata is not a typical corporate company. Tata is an institution. See, they have a nationalized thinking. They think about the people. They think about India. See, they give you salt, right? They also give you technology. They also give you your air conditioning. They also give you a transportation. They have an automobile to travel. See, what do you think? What you name it, you get it. For a person's day-to-day life, Tata is supporting. So they are everywhere. See, when you fly in an aircraft, what do you want? You need a good service, you need a good food, you need a good entertainment. Maybe when you reach your destination, you need a good accommodation. Everything is there with Tata.
Exactly.
They have a hotels. They also do flight catering. See, most of these fancy airlines, what you talk about or you think about, they all have a frozen food. The food what you eat is prepared like 6 months ago. So they keep these food minus 80 degree, minus 85 degrees Celsius to keep it frozen. But Tata give you a fresh food and entertainment. They have Tata Sky and all that. So you get a good entertainment. When you reach your destination, go out. You wanted to stay, you go and stay in a Taj hotel, stay in a Tata Group hotel. See, these are all the advantages. Also, they have Vistara. They have AirAsia India operations. Through this, they will expand their network. So they will fly a lot. They'll become very competitive. See, soon in a year or two, the choice, people's choice will be Air India, Tata Air India. This is what I am thinking.
Definitely. And the Maharaja will be back.
Yeah, you will see a smiling Maharaja. Maharaja
Yeah.
has become now a private citizen.
Yeah. So yeah, looking forward to those olden days also for that matter. Okay. And yeah, as you rightly pointed out, this whole synergy, right? Tata has got everything. Okay, the whole experience that they can give to any traveler is going to be just great, even for tourism for that matter, even people who come from outside of India. Okay, see the level of service that they will get across the board, like you say, the hotels and all that, right? So it will be great for branding of Bharat also for that matter. Okay, and Tatas are known for that. And Tata's, in some other program also, I was hearing some guests talking about this in some other channel. So it's about Tata's think about India when they do business. Right? It's not just about their business. It's about the brand of India also that they promote. Okay, so it's going to go a long way. And Tatas are not new to aviation. They understand the business. They have even the ground staff that are there, okay, and great pilots and a lot of good employees that they have, okay, and now it's going to be a win-win situation for the government as well as the people of India, as well as Tata's also for that matter, okay, and I'm sure it's going to really kind of fly high down the line, and we're going to see the Maharaja smiling a lot again.
Definitely, I would say Tata has
Yeah.
taken a huge risk. See, they have taken this risk because of their sentimental value, because of their sentimental attachment with this Maharaja.
Yeah,
Because if you
emotions
see
attached to
last
this.
3-4 years in the world, average per year 30 to 40 airlines are going bankrupt.
Correct.
It's not an easy business. Airline business is not an easy business. Even in India, you have seen our Jet Airways,
Yeah,
Kingfisher, Sahara Airlines, and
yeah,
all this. So
yeah.
it's a very, very tough business to do it. But as you said, Tata has got a resource. Tata has got a capability to do it. See, any businessman, you can be a corporate. Yes, you have to make money. See, the investor is not coming there to do a charity. So definitely when they invest, when they do a business, they have to make money. So then only they will expand their business. They will invest their money in their other business. But if you see this Congress and communist, they always talk about Ambani, Adani, corporate. See,
Right.
only these investors, the private investors like Ambani, Adani, can give employment to lakhs and lakhs of people. If the government is running a business, they can only give an employment for few thousands. But when the private players
Yes.
comes, when the private investors comes, they will give employment for lakhs and lakhs, even crores of people.
Definitely.
See, in Tamil Nadu also, if you see, DMK talks about this corporate Ambani, Adani. What Sun TV is doing?
Exactly.
Sun TV is not a corporate. At least Ambani and Adani is giving employment for lakhs and lakhs of people. They expand their business. They develop India. But the Sun TV, what they do? The Sun TV group, what they do? What do they develop? What they contribute for India's development? What do they contribute for Tamil Nadu's development? What do they contribute for people in Tamil Nadu's development? But they are corporate. See, 50, 60 years ago, someone from a village in Tamil Nadu who came to Chennai without even paying a train ticket, today they own lakhs and lakhs of crores. They own corporate companies. But people don't talk about it. These politicians don't talk about it. But they
Yeah.
talk about, investors like Ambani, Adani, and Tata. See, they are the one today, they are developing the nation. See, their operations is not only in India, they are all over the world. So they also attract the international community towards India. See, when they see a hotel in London, Tata Hotel in London, when they see a Tata Hotel in Malaysia, when someone sees a Tata Hotel in America, when they come to India, they wanted to stay in these hotels.
Yep.
So there is a business, there is a transaction. So our economy is developing. See, this is how the corporate, they always says corporate. Okay, they are selling this for cheaper. Corporate, the government is favoring Ambani and Adani. See, Ambani, Adani is there even when UPA government is there. It's
Correct?
not like, when Modi government goes, some new government comes, Ambani, Adani will close their door or these government will not support them. The government cannot run, India cannot run without these Ambani, Adani kind of corporates. We only talk about Ambani, Adani, but there are millions of investors. They are all corporate. Today, we need these corporates to run our show because our population is not smaller. We have the world's second largest population. Who can feed? Only these corporates can feed.
Exactly. And it's also for the, what do you say, the taxpayer or the consumer, right? So it's the experience that you get. That's also very important. And Tatas have been great at that. All right. And just so you know, all these, whatever discussion around, oh, Modi government is selling it to corporates, blah, 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 and all that, that's all politics, cheap politics. Okay. They will talk about Adani, Ambani. But I've seen that the opposition does not talk about Tatas in the same line because Tatas are a very different brand. They've got a different image and they are linked to India. Exactly. That's why I said it's Modiji's masterstroke. Whatever people say about that, but whole of India really appreciates it. Everybody has given their opinion on Twitter also or social media. Okay, the average Indian is really happy with this whole deal that happened. Okay, and it's and the public support is there for this. And every average Indian wants to really see Air India coming up again, and they want to travel in Air India, and they want that experience. Okay, it's
I
also
really
the,
wanted to see that. I
yeah,
really wanted to see that happening. I love to travel in Air India. So I'm just waiting for that moment to happen.
it will happen down the line, right? So they are getting ready for doing that, the Tatas, anyways. And it's about the food, right? That you mentioned earlier. Okay, first when I traveled, say to the US, it was Air India, if you remember right, and the food as
See,
usual
when you,
was super.
sorry, Anand, sorry
Yeah,
to interrupt you. When you
yeah,
mentioned
go ahead.
US, I wanted to tell you this also. Today, people, talk about all these new airlines as, they do a huge branding and advertisement saying we have a direct flight from here to US,
Yeah,
13-hour flight, 14-hour flight. In 1990s, Air India, they had a direct flight from US to India.
exactly. I traveled to New Jersey, okay, from India, and the food particularly was so good. But after that, I traveled some other airlines, like you said, 6 months packed food in some degrees, minus whatever degrees. All right. When you eat that, the paneer and all that, whatever is there, no? So you feel it when you eat, which is stored for the last 6 months out there. Oh my goodness. Okay, that was a terrible experience. Okay, these are all big brand names now, but the food quality and Tatas are known for that. Okay, and even the entertainment bit that you mentioned, the whole
Yeah, yeah.
synergy
I'm
can
not
be
sure
built.
if you have seen, if you see, like, next to Chennai Airport, the next compound is Tata's Taj Catering. So they
Ah, okay.
prepare fresh food. When you get into these Air India, it may be like prepared 6 hours before or 12 hours
Hmm.
before. Fresh food you get.
Definitely, definitely. And that's important. At the end of the day, all the consumers that I mentioned earlier, all the travelers should get that experience. And the Indianness of that also for that matter. And only Tata can bring that in. The Indianness of this whole experience. Okay, only Tata's can bring, I think, to my whatever knowledge I had. Okay, so I've also seen myself. Okay, looking forward to that definitely, and definitely the Maharaja is going to be smiling and grinning down the line sometime. We're all hoping for that. Okay, and with that, thank you so much, Damuji, for all your time today, and we'll meet again on some other topic.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Anand.